Hello everybody. So I wanted to put together a DIY microbit based robotics kit for coding robotics. Get physical computing, whether you want to call it physical computing robotics. To me, they're like the same. They're like the same thing. So, and I wanted to do it for less than $100 and get a variety of components in there for people to compare some ideas. So here where we went. Oh, I forgot to put one out. There we go. I knew I'd forget something. There we go. So, starts with the microbit. So we're at $20. I went with the Wukong expansion board. It's $25. It has its own battery. It's got some neopixels on it already. It's got I2C. It's got 5 volts. And it can do some, we can attach Legos to build out. So there was the core. Then we went with inputs. I wanted some distance sensors. So I went with an infrared distance sensor and a HCS04 distance sensor. I wanted some big arcade buttons, so I got 2 of those. And I wanted some potentiometers. And I did 3, and I did 3 because we're going to have LED neopixels, and that's RGB. So 3 allows you to control the R, the G, and the B, right? So those are the inputs that I got. So for the outputs, we wanted motors. So I got the basic typical robot kind of kit motors, but I also got a little toy motor so they can play with that and see how that works also. Now, obviously I'm thinking you can't really control that more than just on and off. So I'm hoping to just send power. I actually haven't tried it yet. I know I'm bad. I'm making this video before trying it. I just hope there's enough amperage to do it. And then I did a 360 continuous servo to kind of bridge the gap and to show 2 things. Okay, it kind of acts like a motor. So when it's called servo, it doesn't necessarily mean it only turns to an angle. So I did that, and I did the less expensive one. There are more expensive, more powerful ones, obviously. I did some basic cheap servos, couple of those, and then a more expensive, more powerful servo. And obviously there are some, also even more expensive servos, right? I went with an OLED screen. My other thought would be a 1602 LCD, but I just went with the OLED to fiddle with. And I did 2 kinds of neopixel LEDs. I did the little ones on those big long strands, and I cut it up, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to solder to connect to anything. But I also did the Christmas kind of strand, and I like bigger, right? And just to have some differences to compare to. And the wonderful thing about these is I will not have to solder because they are just wires. I just have to strip them. So there are the pieces, parts that I got, and it all fits in, a brown box. And this is a 7x6x3 box. I had originally gotten, a 6x2 or something like that. 6x5x2, no, yeah. And it didn't all fit, especially because of the wheels. So there's the example. There's the kit. It comes up to be $87. It's actually like $84, except I bought 2. I made 10 kits. So I needed to buy 2 Cricut carrying cases. And so that added $3 to the cost. So to do 10 kits, the cost came down to $87 per kit. So, $900 basically to do all of this. And so I was under my 100. So I could have added some things. I could add another screen. I know I could add the LCD. I could add, one of the bigger, more powerful servos. But let's stick with this. It gives us variety. Oh yeah, and a variety of cables. You need a variety of cables. You need some alligator to a socket, and it comes with alligator to pin, so I just included them. You need a bunch of socket to sockets, because again, there are pins here, and there are pins on most everything else. but you do need a few socket to pin for like an I2C device, because it's got an I2C port that would need pins. So there we go. Fun to come. Bye.